Mabuhay everyone, Marches here. Welcome to the channel once more. And for all of you who are new here, welcome. If you haven't pressed the subscribe button yet, please do so and watch this video and share it if you can. And press the thumbs up button if you can. It will surely help out this channel. Thank you for dropping by once again. And for today's video, I'll be comparing the all-new Jordan 35 in the center of gravity colorway with the Jordan 34s in a low-cut version. So let's see which one is better and which one is for you. Let's go. Before we start with this comparison, guys, like I promised, Christmas is near, so we're giving out another sneaker. Thank you again for World Balance for sending out sneakers that we can share to you guys. So this is the Odyssey 2.0. So at the end of this video, we will be announcing the winner. So stay tuned, watch this video first and enjoy. So let's start off first with the materials of these two sneakers. The Jordan 34 features some kind of different mesh upper. It's pretty thin and it really depends on the colorway that you have. The first colorway that I have with the regular ones was a net-like mesh, which is really thin, very comfy, very light on the foot. While the low has this different mesh, it's kind of reflective, which is really clean. And there's a synthetic leather around the toe area of the sneaker, which is really dope too. That's why I bought this all white or triple white Jordan 34s. It looks really clean and you can rock this off court too or go to a gym with it. Some other colorways also have this on the regular version of the 34s, while the 35 has this very nice nubuck, smells really good, and some ripstop on the forefoot, on the side too. On top are the flywire. So the main difference between the two uppers, the first thing that I noticed is the comfort level. I really like the feel on the foot of the 35s. It's more comfortable. The materials are a lot softer compared to the materials of the 34s, which are more stiff. Although they're thin, you can feel it a lot stiffer on your foot, but it's really light. It has more ventilation compared to the 35, but there's something about the materials of the 35 that are very comfortable once you wear it, because it has leather and it has more padding around the tongue, which the 34s have, but really thin. The tongue of the 35s are a lot thicker compared to the very thin ones on the 34s. The 34s have a more minimal feel on the upper compared to the 35s, which I don't mind at all. I really like the feeling of the 35's upper. And as for the ease of wear, it's very easy to wear. Both have this traditional tongue, which can open up even on the regular versions of the 34s. It's very much the same. And of course, lateral support. I like this plate on the 34s, although sometimes you can feel it while you're playing, especially on my first pair. But after that, after getting used to it, you won't have that feeling on the 35s because there's no plate there. But the leather really holds your foot laterally in terms of support and containment. I really like that they change up the material into a more premium leather instead of a TPU plate there. Although this looks more futuristic, but this one has a little bit of throwback feel and a more premium touch to the sneaker, which I totally dig. So it really depends on your preference. If you want it to look more futuristic, of course 34s, while on the 35 it looks like more on the throwback. It gives you that feeling. And around the midfoot, of course the flight wire, that's what Jordan brand is calling this. It's on the outside. It really works when you crank up the laces. You can really feel it hugging your foot. While on the 34s, the lacing system is more up here. So just pulling the materials. So what you feel on the 35s is the material wraps more around your foot. It is a good thing, but it is also a bad thing. If you have watched my first impression, how I really like playing with the 35s. After playing with them straight for 1 hour, I began feeling some blisters around the midfoot part, middle part of my foot. If you haven't watched that, put the link in the description down below. And it was really painful. I think the main culprit is it's not just the flight wire and it's not just the insole. It's a combination because the flight wire is really hugging my medial part, so the insole is pretty thick, comes out more towards your foot. Imagine this is the flight wire and this is the insole. So this is my foot here. It really hugs my foot more, and the insole is cutting through my skin upwards when I'm moving my foot side to side or stepping. You would feel that after you played with the sneaker for a long time, because your feet and your skin will become a lot softer because of sweat, and that's when your skin is vulnerable for blisters. Good thing I tapped out on the last game because I know that it will really cut my skin. So I think that's the main reason, and I would try to change my Victory insole in the 35s and see if it will change. And I'll update with you on that soon. While on the 34s, I didn't experience any problems there because the 34s doesn't have any wires on the medial or in the lateral part. There's no flight wire or fly wire anywhere else on the medial and lateral part, so you wouldn't feel it. So that's why I think the main culprit is the flight wire and the insole. They're tagging up on my skin. That really hurts. So that was kind of a bummer, for especially if you're using it for the first time. So for all of you who are watching and planning to use or haven't used their 35 yet, just make sure not to really tighten up around the midfoot. I really like a very tight fit on my sneaker because I don't want any delays on my movements. I have to loosen it up on my last game, but I can still feel the blister. After that, I have to stop because I know it will really bleed if I continue playing. But overall, the fit of the 35s is amazing. I really like it. I like how the materials feel on your foot, and it's a little bit thicker, so ventilation is not that nice compared to the 34. So if you want more ventilation for the upper, 34s is for you. But if you want a very nice comfy feel, except for the insole part, you wouldn't mind the ventilation problems. If you want a higher cut sneaker, the 35s is higher compared to the regular 34s. This is a low because the regular ones looks similar to the lows too, because it plays like a low. The materials on the regular ones is flimsy. The ankle support is really from the heel containment plate and also around the sturdy midfoot part, similar to the regular ones. While the 35s, as you can see, it's really high, it's really padded, and I really like it too. I don't mind playing with a high cut sneaker. And the padding, as you can see it's really well padded around the 35s. So if you want more padding around the heel part of your sneaker, 35 is the way to go. And it's very comfortable around your ankle. Didn't have any problems there. I like the slope going to your ankle so you can move your ankle more. And the tribute, of course, to the Jordan 5s is really nice. This fluffy things. So now let's move on to the cushion setup of both sneakers. 34 has a 4-foot zoom in it, which is unlocked. So you can see from the Eclipse plate 1.0. You can see it from the inside. And I think it has a similar size with the 4-foot zoom unit in the 35s. So the main difference is, I think, on the heel cushion, where on the 35s you can see there's a big zoom unit, while on the 34s there's just a hex zoom unit and it is caged up. One thing that I think is the factor that there's more impact protection on the 35s is the Eclipse plate 2.0 is a lot smaller compared to the Eclipse plate 1.0, so it allows the cushion to compress more and there's more surface area to compress, comparing it to the 34s, which this is the only part that compresses because there's plastic around here. And of course, the zoom unit is big. Impact protection on the 35s is amazing. So if you want more impact protection, 35s is the way to go. But if you are okay with a little bit of impact protection, a very bouncy feel around your forefoot, you should go with the 34s if you don't like that much or you don't mind that much impact protection. Both are very responsive and very nice chord feel, though it's not really close to the ground with the insane bounce that you'll be getting. It's a really nice cushion setup too. So in terms of Eclipse plate, I would choose the Eclipse plate 2.0 because it allows the cushion to really reach its full potential. Very bouncy forefoot and very nice impact protection on the heel. So cushion setup, I would go with the 34s, but the 34s ain't that bad either. Now let's move on to the traction of both sneakers. So the 35 has a more herringbone-like pattern compared to the wavy lightning pattern on the 34s, and both patterns are really good. I was playing with the 35s on a dusty court similar to the 34s. If you watch my other videos about this one, the traction was really good. On a clean court, it was squeaking really hard, and on a dusty court, both didn't have any problem. And comparing the rubber material on the 34s is a lot harder compared to the 35, and I wouldn't recommend the 35s to be played outdoors because you will really burn down the rubber compound easily because it's quite shallow, similar to the 34s, but the 34s rubber compound is a lot stiffer, so the 34s will last longer outdoors. But as for grippiness, I would say they're pretty much equal. So as for the sizing of both sneakers, both go true to size. If you're a regular footer, wide footer, go half a size up, and if you have the 34s, just get the same size on the 35s. As for the weight of both sneakers, the 35 is 470 grams, similar to the weight of the Jordan 35 regulars. The lows is lighter by 30 grams, so if you want it to be a little bit lighter, 34s is the way to go, but when you use it, you wouldn't feel the slight heaviness of the 35s, which is really not a factor at all. So as for the price point, the 35s is 9,000 pesos. It is one of the more expensive sneakers out in the market, while the 34s are currently on sale because it's the older model since the 35 was launched. So if you're more on a budget, go get the 34s. And if you don't mind it to have lesser impact protection and there's no flight wear, and of course the materials are lighter, 34s is for you. But if you want a more comfy fit on the materials, more impact protection, more ankle protection, go ahead and grab the 35s, and if you have more budget. So that's it on my comparison between the 34s and the 35s. Let me know what you think about these two sneakers. Hit me a comment down below. And for the winner of the World Balance Odyssey 2.0, drum roll. Congratulations to you. Message me if you watch this video. Hit me on Messenger, on the Facebook page, or in my Instagram so we can coordinate on how I can send you your pair. Congrats again. So that's not the end of our raffle. I'll be giving out more sneakers as we go. So please continue supporting this channel. This is Mark Chess once again. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.